Steeler Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Just spoke in his room talking Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, this video will be all rumor. I mean, all rumor. Pretty much so. Most videos on the internet are all rumor. We're just talking football. Will this happen? Won't that happen? Do the Steelers go and get that guy? What does Omar Khan do next? All those kind of things. I got this cool comment, though, and it made me think about something called, I can never pronounce his name, Cordarrelle Patterson, the kick returner, right? Punt return guy, or, mostly kickoff return. So I've got this cool comments coming up right now with this one here. So it's from Max. Max says here, is this pick to help get the 49ers receiver to trade Austin and a second round pick for that player? Now, I said, interesting, could be an idea. Now, he was referring to the video I did the other day about the breaking news getting this bloke as our kickoff returner, Cordarrelle Patterson, all-pro kick return man in the league for 11 years, right? Is there a possibility that maybe this bloke has now taken Austin's spot? Now, first of all, Calvin Austin's spot isn't really safe. The only one that's safe, I think, on this roster is probably George Pickens, and maybe getting a receiver too in the draft to try and pair with him in that capability, right? Getting those two together, draft. Now, there's been a lot of rumor and trade talk around Steelers getting Brandon Aiyuk from the 49ers. And also, Brandon Aiyuk said in one of his tweets, money talks, BS kind of walks. So is there a scenario where the Steelers could trade Calvin Austin and a pick to the 49ers? Here you go, Austin, see you, mate, goodbye. And we get back, Aiyuk, which would be our number 2, and then go and draft a receiver in the rounds 2 and 3. I thought it was pretty cool. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are, your immediate reactions. I'm not against getting rid of Austin. There is one thing I am against, though. I did see this idea around that Cordarrelle Patterson was to take over Najee's role because he was a running back. I don't see that happening. I still think the Steelers are going to give Najee probably an extension contract this year. I think they'll figure something out. If it is a 5th-year option or whatever they do, they'll figure something out to give him a 2 or 3 year, I think, deal at running back, and you'll have him and Warren to be the running back for the next 3 years, 4 years. That's my idea. I think that's going to happen. I saw other sites out there were like, well, this bloke who comes in, Cordarrelle Patterson, the all-pro kickoff returner, is coming in to take Najee's spot. And that I just don't see happening. I think the Steelers have signed him to be a kickoff returner, to be, maybe work in the slot as a receiver, to be, fullback. There's a lot of now weapons that Arthur Smith can use, and so can Wilson or Fields with Connor Hayward, with the tight ends and Muth and Darnell and those guys, right? And you know what? It's all kinds of crazy there with our tight end set right now. And the big receivers. They're getting big receivers in this offense to all fight for their right to party. No, I'm kidding. Fight for their spot on the roster. So it's not a bad thing by bringing in a receiver. I know some people weren't too happy because he's a bit older. He's 33, 2-year deal. Was it like $3 million each or whatnot? So they weren't too happy. But also with the new kickoff return rules, that's why he's here too. So the kickoff return rules were talked about, I think, the other day, where this year in 2024, the Steelers will have to, line up at the 40, run down and chase them down from the landing zone. The ball has to go into the landing zone. They got to catch it to run back. There's no more fair catches, stuff like that. So the reason why that Cordarrelle Patterson was brought in is because this stuff is for the landing zone. And the new hybrid kickoff, which comes back from the USFL. And now the USFL and the XFL have now merged into the UFL. Right? Okay. Back on track. The reason why I started this video was to talk about, is there a chance that Calvin Austin gets traded to the 49ers to bring in Brandon Aiyuk? I'll put it this way. Everything that Omar Khan does, you can't put it past him. So when you hear me play these
one after the next 2, is he still aggressive?
Yeah, what do they call him? The con artist? I like that.
He's called the con artist. I still do not believe that we have Wilson at $1.2 million, Justin Fields at what? A 6th round pick, maybe a 4th. and they went and got Patrick Queen, a middle linebacker. They went and got a good punter. They signed Christian 46 to a contract, brought back Killebrew. They got Van Jefferson on a good deal. You know what I mean? And I know he's not the best receiver out there, but they're bringing guys in here that can compete to play Steelers football. That's what they're all about. So if they were to do something like this, where they send away Austin and they send away a second round pick or maybe some more draft capital for a player like Aiyuk, it could be a really good idea to pair Pickens one side, Brandon Aiyuk the other, and then you have Cordarrelle Patterson maybe B3 or Van Jefferson B3. You go into the draft, you get another receiver with your picks. Maybe in could be a first round pick. I don't know. I legit have no idea if they're going to go center, right tackle, receiver, cornerback. No idea. Anyways, I thought that was a really cool comment by Max there. Could there be a possibility that Steelers trade Austin away and there's more noise outside too? And they use a second round pick or something like that. So it should be pretty cool. Anyways, guys, you enjoy the rest of your day. I think I've uploaded now 2 videos today. So I talked about the NFL hip drop tackle and possibly could they trade away Austin to get back a better player in Brandon Aiyuk.